There are blueberry bushes sitting in backyards all across America that are 3, 4, even 5 years old, and they've never produced more than a small handful of berries. The plants aren't dead. They're not covered in bugs. They look perfectly fine most of the time. But year after year, the harvest is either nothing or barely worth mentioning. Most gardeners in that situation have already tried adding fertilizer. Some have tried more water, more sun, better spacing. A few have even replaced the plants entirely, only to end up with the exact same disappointing result a few seasons later. Here's the thing. None of those fixes address the actual problem. And the actual problem is something you cannot see just by looking at the plant. Blueberries are one of the most pH-sensitive fruits you can grow. And the number one reason healthy-looking bushes fail to produce fruit has almost nothing to do with what's above the soil. It has everything to do with what's happening underneath it. There's also one very common mistake that well-meaning gardeners make right at planting time that quietly sets their bushes up for years of failure. We're going to cover exactly what that is, why it matters, and what you can do about it, even if your bushes have been struggling for years. And if you're not subscribed to Smart Gardening yet, do that now, and give this video a like so more gardeners can find it. Before we talk about the fix, it helps to understand why this problem is so widespread and why it catches so many gardeners off guard. When you buy a blueberry plant from a nursery, it usually looks healthy. It's green, it's potted, and the nursery staff will often tell you it needs full sun and regular watering. That's all true. But what they don't always explain clearly is that blueberries evolved in very specific conditions, naturally acidic woodland soils, often alongside pine trees, and in areas with naturally low soil pH. That's the environment their roots were designed for. When you take that plant and put it into average garden soil, the kind of soil that grows tomatoes, roses, and lawn grass just fine, you're essentially placing it in an environment that works against it at the chemical level. Here's what actually happens inside the soil. Nutrients like iron, manganese, and zinc exist in the ground in forms that plant roots can only absorb within a specific pH range. For blueberries, that range is between 4.5 and 5.5 on the pH scale. Most garden soils across the United States, Canada, and the United Kingdom naturally sit between 6.0 and 7.0, sometimes even higher if you're in an area with limestone bedrock or if your soil has been limed for lawn care over the years. At a pH of 6.5 or above, iron and manganese essentially become chemically locked inside the soil. They're physically present, but the blueberry roots cannot access them. And without those nutrients, the plant cannot produce the chlorophyll and the enzymatic activity it needs to support heavy flowering and fruit development. You can pour fertilizer on top of that soil every single week, and it will not matter. The plant still cannot use what it needs. This is why gardeners get confused. The bush looks alive. It might even grow new leaves each spring, but it's operating at a fraction of its potential because it's quietly starving for nutrients it cannot reach. There's a visible sign that often appears before gardeners realize what's wrong. The leaves start turning yellowish between the veins, while the veins themselves stay green. This pattern is called interveinal chlorosis, and it's a classic symptom of iron deficiency caused by high soil pH. If you've ever noticed your blueberry leaves looking pale or washed out even in summer, that's likely what you were seeing. And it's a direct warning sign that the soil chemistry is working against the plant. The common mistake made at planting time is skipping the soil test. Most gardeners dig a hole, add some compost, drop the plant in, and call it done. Compost is beneficial for many plants, but standard garden compost is usually closer to neutral pH, sometimes even slightly alkaline. Adding it around blueberries without first acidifying the soil can actually make conditions worse over time, not better. So the one thing that changes everything for blueberries is getting the soil pH down into the correct range and keeping it there. This isn't a quick fix you do once and forget. It's an ongoing part of managing blueberries successfully. But once you understand how to do it properly, it becomes a straightforward part of your routine. The most effective and reliable way to lower soil pH for blueberries is elemental sulfur. This is a naturally occurring mineral that has been used in horticulture for well over a century. When elemental sulfur is worked into soil, naturally occurring bacteria in the ground convert it into sulfuric acid over a period of weeks to months. That acidification process gradually lowers the pH in the root zone to a level where blueberries can thrive. Elemental sulfur is widely available at garden centers and farm supply stores. It's inexpensive, it's safe to handle with basic precautions, and it's approved for use in organic gardening. It works slowly, which is actually an advantage. A slow, steady drop in pH is much healthier for established plants than a sudden chemical shift. For established bushes in soil that currently tests at around 6.5 to 7.0, a general guideline is to apply roughly 1 to 2 pounds of elemental sulfur per 100 square feet of bed area. However, and this is important, the exact amount you need depends on your specific soil type. Sandy soils acidify faster and require less sulfur. Clay soils have more buffering capacity and require more. This is precisely why a soil test before you begin is so valuable. A basic home soil test kit or a professional test through your local cooperative extension service will tell you exactly where your pH currently sits and how far it needs to come down. The timing of your sulfur application matters. The best time to apply elemental sulfur is in the fall, giving it the entire winter and early spring to work into the soil before the growing season begins. The second best window is early spring, at least 6 to 8 weeks before your bushes break dormancy. Applying sulfur in summer when the plant is actively growing and already stressed is less ideal, though it can be done cautiously in small amounts if needed. Acidifying fertilizers are another valuable tool. Products formulated specifically for acid-loving plants, often labeled for azaleas, rhododendrons, and blueberries, typically contain ammonium sulfate as their nitrogen source. Unlike conventional fertilizers that use nitrate-based nitrogen, ammonium sulfate has a natural acidifying effect on the soil as it breaks down. Using this type of fertilizer routinely keeps your soil chemistry moving in the right direction while also feeding your plants. Avoid fertilizers containing calcium nitrate or those designed for general vegetable garden use, as these can actually raise soil pH over time. Mulching is the third piece of this puzzle, and it's one that many gardeners overlook completely. Pine bark mulch and pine needle mulch, sometimes called pine straw, both decompose slowly and release mild acids into soil as they break down. Maintaining a 3 to 4 inch layer of pine bark or pine straw mulch around your blueberry bushes serves multiple purposes at once. It conserves moisture, moderates soil temperature, suppresses weeds, and contributes to the long-term acidification of the soil. It's one of the simplest and most natural ways to support the soil environment blueberries need. One material to avoid using as mulch around blueberries is with chip mulch made from hardwood trees. Hardwood chips are commonly available free from tree services, and while they're excellent around many trees and shrubs, they tend to decompose in ways that can raise soil pH rather than lower it. Stick with pine-based materials specifically for your blueberry beds. Now here's how to put all of this together in a practical way, whether you're starting fresh or trying to rescue bushes that have been underperforming for years. Start with a soil test. This step is non-negotiable if you want accurate results. You can purchase an inexpensive test kit at most garden centers, or you can contact your local cooperative extension service, which operates in every U.S. state, across Canadian provinces, and through equivalent agricultural advisory services in the UK. Many extension offices will test your soil for a small fee and give you specific amendment recommendations for your exact soil type and current pH. The information you get back is genuinely worth more than any single gardening book. Once you know your current pH, apply elemental sulfur according to the test recommendations or use a general guideline for your soil type. Work into the top 4 to 6 inches of soil around your bushes, taking care not to damage the shallow feeder roots. Blueberry roots are surprisingly close to the surface, often within the top 12 inches of soil, so gentle incorporation is important. Do not dig deeply around established plants. Switch to an acid-formulated fertilizer designed for blueberries or acid-loving shrubs. Apply it in early spring as new growth begins, and follow the package directions carefully. Over-fertilizing blueberries is a real problem. Too much nitrogen pushes leafy growth at the expense of fruit production, and it can burn the fine feeder roots if applied in excess. Less is genuinely more with blueberry fertilization. Apply a generous layer of pine bark mulch or pine straw immediately after fertilizing, and replenish it every fall as it decomposes. This single habit does more to maintain a healthy, acidic root environment than most other things you can do. Test your soil again after 6 months, and then annually going forward. Soil pH does not stay corrected on its own, particularly in areas with alkaline irrigation water or naturally alkaline soils. Keeping a simple record of your pH readings over the years will help you see how your soil is responding and whether your amendment program needs adjusting. One additional factor that often gets overlooked is pollination. Even with perfect soil chemistry, blueberries produce significantly more fruit when 2 or more different varieties are planted within close proximity of each other. Most blueberry varieties are not fully self-fertile. They produce far better crops when cross-pollinated by a different variety, flowering at the same time. If you have only one variety planted, adding a second compatible variety nearby is a straightforward improvement that can meaningfully increase your yield. Check with your local nursery or extension service for variety recommendations suited to your specific climate zone. Pruning is also worth mentioning briefly. Blueberries produce their best fruit on canes that are 2 to 4 years old. Very old, thick, woody canes at the center of the bush become less productive over time. In late winter before growth begins, removing a few of the oldest, most crowded canes at the base encourages the plant to push new productive wood. This is not something you need to do aggressively every year, but occasional selective removal of the oldest growth keeps the bush vigorous. If your soil pH has been significantly out of range for several years, correcting it takes patience. Elemental sulfur does not work overnight. In sandy soils, you may begin to see a measurable change within 3 to 4 months. In heavier clay soils, meaningful pH reduction can take 6 months to a full year. This is normal and expected. What you should realistically look for in the first season after correcting your soil chemistry is improved leaf color. That yellowing between the veins should begin to fade as iron becomes available again. The plant should show stronger new growth, deeper green leaves, and better overall vigor. This is the visual confirmation that your soil correction is working. Fruit production typically follows in the season after soil chemistry normalizes, once the plant has had time to recover, build strength, and develop flower buds. Blueberries set their fruit buds in late summer and fall for the following year's crop. So if you correct your soil this year, you are quite likely to see noticeably improved fruit production next year, and even better production the year after that as the plant continues to strengthen. Realistic expectations are important here. A mature, well-established high-bush blueberry in proper soil conditions can produce anywhere from 5 to 10 pounds of berries per plant annually. A plant that has been struggling in high pH soil for years is not going to reach that level in one season. But with consistent attention to soil chemistry, proper mulching, correct fertilization, and 2 or more varieties for cross-pollination, the improvement year over year can be remarkable. The bottom line with blueberries is this: they are not difficult plants once you give them the conditions they actually need. The frustration most gardeners experience comes from treating blueberries like any other backyard fruit, planting them in average garden soil, and expecting average garden results. They don't work that way. But once you understand that soil pH is a foundation everything else is built on, and you take the straightforward steps to get it into the right range, blueberries become one of the most rewarding fruits you can grow at home. A single soil test and a bag of elemental sulfur costs less than one trip to the grocery store to buy fresh blueberries. And the results you get from that small investment can feed your family for decades.